John Fetterman attempted to make remarks at the Senate Banking Committee hearing with the former CEO of Silicon Valley Bank. Now, remember, Fetterman is the man, of course, who had a stroke on the campaign trail. Don't believe he actually won that election, but that's another story. His wife and his staffers hid his condition until right before the election and then propped him up and sent him to D.C., like puppet Joe Biden, like so many others. This is where he spent more time in the hospital than he did serving in the Senate. He is back on the job, at least in bodily form, and this is what the Democrats will do for one vote in the Senate. Watch this.
The head of a bank could literally crash our economy. It's astonishing. That's like if you have, I mean, like, and they also realize is that now they have a guaranteed way to be saved by no matter how, you know. So it's you know, isn't it appropriate that this kind of control should be more stricter? You know, I'll give you an example. The Republicans want to give a work requirement for SNAP. You know, for a hungry family has to have this kind of penalties or some kinds of working required. Shouldn't you have a working requirement after we sell your bank with billions of your bank? Because they seem to be more preoccupied than SNAP and requirements for works for hungry people, but not about protecting the taxpayers, you know, that will bail no matter whatever does about a bank to crash it.
I mean, you can't help but feel really bad that somebody is using this man the way he is. I don't know what he was like. I know Joe Biden has always been a jerk. His reputation on Capitol Hill has always been complete jerk, completely corrupt. Nobody liked him. There was no way he'd win for president. They used him because they knew he was mentally declined and they knew he could be a puppet. I don't know the background of John Fetterman. I have no idea if he was a nice man before this or not, but there is no way he is qualified to be where he is. On the Getter Chat, Mal Biden said Feinstein is Fetterman in a skirt. What is it, though, about our body politic that they think that the American public is so stupid, such useful idiots, right, that we're going to stand by and let this be? And what kind of Democrat,
because we have,
is still making excuses for that kind of thing? That is just...
That's the real question, but we have allowed it. I mean, we have Biden serving right now. Feinstein, I mean, she forgot that she's been absent. We've got Fetterman, who went out to the debate and said, not good evening, but good night.
Yeah.
As you put it, he spent more time dealing with his stroke, and then he also admitted himself for depression, which I commend him for doing that. But at the same time, you have a job to do, and that's where I'm confused, where how people are allowing this, how they can't see this for themselves and say, you know, they're not ready. Like if you're a Democrat, as badly as you want a Democrat, how can you not look at that, like going to Gina's point, and say, well, at least it's not a Republican, can't form a sentence, doesn't seem to have a, you know, coherent, the synapses are not happening there, but hey, as long as it's not a Republican, like you'd rather have that?
Oh, yeah. They definitely rather have that. They will have a vegetable hooked up to the machine because this is just a power play. They only have 51 seats. They're already defending 2 seats. They're defending Feinstein's seat and they're defending Joe Manchin's seat. Joe Manchin may run, you know, for president, right? So they cannot afford to lose another seat. They will have him hooked up with all his iPads and, you know, audio devices and whatever kind of, you know, mental devices he has to feed him lines, he will have.
Well, they're reportedly changing his quotes.
Yeah, you saw where one, a reporter, go ahead, tell the story.
No, just the report, he's so incoherent that his staffers are trying to cover that up because obviously it's not making sense. So they're changing his quotes to make it sound like
he said something coherent. And in fact, several reporters picked up on the lines, what you just saw there, and interpreted that as something you completely did not hear, that is a very coherent, like one-line sentence. So yeah, it's bad.
It is real
it's
bad.